All right, I'm live. I love it when it works. Hello, everybody. All right, I got a multi-purpose Facebook Live that I'm doing right now. Well, actually, I'm on YouTube and LinkedIn too. Multi-purpose live stream that I'm doing, and I'm going to go straight to the point, especially for those of you. There's a certain courtesy in me stalling for 2 or 3 minutes and letting everybody join me and then start. But for those of you that are watching the replay, you don't want to have me beat around the bush for 5 minutes, right? So here's the deal. Today is my birthday. Yes, happy birthday to me. And today is also the day that the shopping cart closes on my newest program called Your Ultimate Identity. And what I want to do is I'm going to, while my family are at home making a birthday breakfast for me, late birthday breakfast, I guess brunch, I am running to the store to grab something. And I am going to take these minutes, use these minutes to share something with you. And my ultimate goal and intention is first and foremost to benefit you as much as I can, if that's okay with you. If you allow me to do that, I just saw a giant guava fall off a tree. I love Hawaii. And so my secondary intention is who knows? Maybe after you benefit from what I'm about to share with you, if you do, you let yourself benefit, you will either A, share this with someone else who can benefit, which will help me expand my reach of helping more people, and or B, you may decide to join my program. You may decide that it's for you. Hey, everybody, aloha, welcome. Apologize the fact that I'm driving. I'm not going to be scrolling and reading comments and responding to everybody like I normally do. But please keep the comments coming. I will read them after I'm done with this Facebook Live. It looks like we got about a dozen people on so far. Okay, so check this out. My 1 minute introduction, because some of you are going to share this with people that don't know me. Here's my 1 minute introduction. My name is Brian Ridgway, and I help people to not solve problems, but to go beyond the illusion of problems, to step into their infinite, unlimited, eternal self, to begin to create the life and health and body and relationships and finances and world of their dreams. That's who I am. That's what I do. That's what my whole life is about. And I've been doing this since I was 3 years old. I have a strange gift. 12 years ago, I started doing this as a business. I have spent over 30 years, and before I started my business, 30 years and well over $300,000 that I invested into every type of self-help, self-improvement, spirituality, meditation, plant medicine journey, any system and approach, Sedona method, silver mind control, anything that claimed it would help me make my life more beneficial, more enjoyable, bring more freedom and power and love and joy and peace to my life. I have spent hundreds of thousands of dollars, decades, tens of thousands of hours working on myself. 12 years ago, I started this business, and I have now helped nearly, as far as I can see, we know beyond the shadow of a doubt, we've helped over 186,000 people in 84 countries. We're probably close to 200,000, maybe cross that line by now. And I get results. If you look up and down my page, if you go look on any of my websites, you will see that we have not hundreds, but thousands of testimonials of people who say that after decades of working on themselves, my work actually is what broke them free. I have world famous, billionaires, celebrities, you name it, people that say that this work is the most effective thing they've ever seen, which is saying something. There's some amazing work on the planet, right? Well, after 12 years of doing it, I had an insight a few weeks ago that has changed everything. And it also hasn't changed anything. It has only made it more powerful, more clear. So in a way, it's changed everything. In another way, it's simply made my work so much more powerful, so much more effective, and so much faster, right? And I want to give you the essence of it. Your self-image is not only what you see yourself to be, but yourself appears to be in the middle of this great big universe. So your self-image is the summary of what you believe about yourself and the universe. A genius many, many years ago named Maxwell Maltz wrote a book called Psycho-Cybernetics. And in this book, he was a brilliant, competent plastic surgeon who also was a brilliant, very competent psychologist. And he made some insights into how people see themselves, their physical, visual self-image and their inner self-image, that just by being an expert in both of those fields, he had some breakthroughs that have never been made before. And really, this book, Psycho-Cybernetics, is worth reading. For me, I summarize the book. Welcome, aloha, everybody. I summarize his book with one quote that he basically summarized his book with, which is this: it is impossible for a human being to consistently behave in a manner that is inconsistent with their own self-image. It is impossible for a human being to consistently behave in a manner that's inconsistent with their own self-image. You don't speak and act and think from what you are. You speak and act and think from what you have unconsciously decided that you are. Neuroscientists have deduced, and through numerous studies have discovered, that about 95% of the decisions, actions, and words that we express are unconscious. And so when you take a breath, you take a look at that. Wow, is there anything that I've been saying, doing, or emanating that I don't think was conscious, that I didn't really fully intend? You better believe it. Okay. So if you have any part of your life that you wanted to change, you wanted to lose weight, you wanted to gain weight, you wanted to get more healthy, you wanted to have an amazing relationship, you wanted to have more money, you wanted to have more freedom, and you don't understand why all the inner work that you've done hasn't worked. You don't understand why your decisions and your positive thinking and your affirmations and all the stuff that you've done haven't turned into the results. You made the New Year's resolution. You gave it everything you had. You committed with all that you are, that you were going to get it right this time, that you were going to change, that you were going all the way. But it didn't work. I'm telling you right now why. And I'm always curious about everything. This is something I'm no longer curious about. You are thinking, doing, speaking, and acting in accordance with what you learned in your childhood that you are. And most of that conflicts, because one parent told you were this. The same parent on other days told you were this. They told you have to do this to be okay. Then your teacher told you were this. Then the school system told you were this. Then your preacher told you that you were this. And then your first girlfriend or boyfriend told you that you were this. And then on and on and on and on. And you have this incredibly complex self-image that sits within you, your interface between you and the entire universe. And you're acting and speaking and thinking and doing from that self-image rather than from your true identity, which is infinite, unlimited, eternal being of love and joy and peace in a state of infinite possibilities. Now, I'm going to say that one again. You have been thinking, doing, speaking, and acting in perfect accordance with and arising through the filter of your self-identity, rather than acting, speaking, thinking, and doing from your ultimate, infinite, true identity, which is infinite, unlimited, eternal love and joy and peace, infinite abundance in a state of infinite possibilities. Now, I did a webinar about this several days ago, and at the end, I had this gem come through. Welcome, everybody. I appreciate your comments. Please, 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 please keep commenting. If you're seeing any value and benefit in this, if you would please tag people in the comments and tell them, hey, you might want to check this live out, whether they see the live or the replay. All right, I would really appreciate that. At the end of that webinar, I had this gem, G-E-M, of an insight come through that I will share with you right now. I want you to imagine a prism. So here's a prism, and now you aim a white light into this prism, and the prism breaks the light out into a spectrum. That spectrum that comes out of the prism is based on the light that went in and the characteristics of the prism. Now, imagine that you could make infinite variations of prisms. You could have a prism that only turns white light into the red and orange parts of the spectrum. You could have a prism that only allows through light that is in the infrared off of our visual spectrum. It still let plenty of light out. You just can't see it because it's infrared. It might only let out ultraviolet, beyond violet. Okay, so if you can see that, imagine a prism that when you aim light through it, it breaks that light out into specific things. And that's what's coming out of that prism always and forever, as long as that light's going into it. Now, imagine you could put a different prism in front of the light and you could get entirely different light coming out of it. So your self-identity, your personal belief of who and what you are, which dictates all of your actions, all of your thoughts, all of your words, all of your behaviors, and all of your fucking results without exception. You don't have to believe that. It's true, whether you believe it or not. Your identity is literally like a prism. So the infinite, unlimited light of truth, all the knowledge, information, and wisdom that has ever been, projecting out of eternity into time and space, all the power that will ever be, projecting out of eternity into time and space, the infinite, unlimited energy of your infinite, unlimited, eternal being, projecting out of eternity into this illusion of time and space as what you call me, that you think you are, that thing you see in the mirror, that thing you think you are, is a prism. That identity is a prism comprised and composed of everything you think and believe that you know, every experience you've ever had, every conclusion you've ever reached, every decision you've ever reached, everything you think is true about your interface with the universe. The light of the power of your infinite being hits that prism and it becomes the fucked up disaster train wreck nightmare that you have thought your life was. And if you don't think your life is that bad, that's fine too. You know what's true for you. So imagine if you could simply replace your identity. In other words, put a new prism in and get completely, utterly, absolutely, totally different radical results that are beyond anything from any inner work and any spiritual work or any stuff like that you've ever seen. Imagine that were possible. It is absolutely possible. In fact, check this out. In some studies with people with supposed split personalities, which everybody has to some extent, but split personality disorder, there are people who literally, in one personality, their eyes are green and they have cancer, and in their other personality, their eyes are brown and they don't have cancer. What's really trippy is this has been verified over and over, even though it's unbelievable, it's true. You test their blood, and when they're one personality, they have cancer cells in their blood. And when they switch to the other personality, you check their blood, there's no cancer cells. It's mind-blowing shit, okay? There are split personality studies. Something that came to me recently as I was having conversations and research about this, a woman who had always had a difficult time having money. She was basically a total failure in her life. She had been that way for decades. She had an amnesia experience where she bonked her head and lost her memory of who she was. And this new person that she became had no issues with money or success. Okay. So holy shit. When you get that, you're in the doorway of everything you could ever want. So what I discovered is that you can replace that identity. You can replace it with the truth. And you can do it anytime you want. And what I really was so surprised to discover is that I was actually expert at this, and I had been doing it. These results that I've been getting for people for my entire life, and for 12 years now, well over 180,000 documented people, I was helping them change their identities. And I had never really realized it. I knew I was helping them dissolve the illusion of problems. I knew I was helping them step into their miracle. I knew that I was helping them step into the life of their dreams. Okay. I was helping them change their identity. And when I had this insight a couple of weeks ago, it's like my work caught on fire. The passion and the enthusiasm that I have for what I'm doing, helping people, the insights that people are having, the speed and depth of results that people are having from my work since I had this realization is unlike anything I've ever seen. And so multiple conversations, we are action takers with my company here. My business partner and I made a decision to create a brand new program called Your Ultimate Identity. We opened it. I think we have about 50 members that have joined us in the last several days since I did that webinar and announced it. And I really want 100 members in there. I really would love to have 100 members, 100 people that we get 100 case studies of people that have the most incredible results in their life, the most mind-blowing results as a result of this program. And so We have just lowered the price. Now this should be a $10,000 program, and we were offering the program. I think it was $1,200 if someone bought it on payments, which we have a payment plan for it, and it was $995. We've just put it right under $1,000 if someone paid it full. We have a page up right now. If you look at the post here that you're seeing this video, welcome everybody. I appreciate all those comments. I really appreciate that. If you go to the link that is in this post, I have one sentence and a link to the post. If this is for you, go check that out. And we have it down to $777 until midnight Pacific today. And I'm pretty sure that we have already eliminated the fourth payment. So it's, I think it's not roughly $900 or a little bit less. That's if you make payments, okay? It's the most complete program I've ever done. It's the most powerful program I've ever done. It's the most efficient program I've ever done for changing your life in the most profound way. It is something you can do at your own pace, on your own time, and you will actually have my live support for 8 weeks, 10 weeks rather. At the end of the course, I'm doing two-hour spell break sessions where I'm going to be working with people one-on-one. So you're going to have a chance to bring me your biggest issue and help me dissolve it for you right on the spot. All right. No sales pitch, no BS here. 12 years of doing this, getting results unlike anything I or my clients have ever seen. I want you to know that you don't have to join my program. You watch this live 2 or 3 times and reflect on what I just said, and you will be in a position to change your life better, more powerfully than you ever have. You can take the old prism that is your self-identity of everything you learned in your family home, everything you learned from your family, everything you learned from your ancestors, from the school system, from the religious system, from the medical system, everything you ever learned about the results that you're getting in your life and why. You can take that out and put your new identity. But I'm not talking, let me say one last thing here. I'm not talking about rewiring your brain. I'm not talking about transformation. I'm talking about unwiring everything and going into liberation, freedom. All right? If this live was valuable to you in any way, was beneficial, please let me know. I would love to hear it. If you have any questions, I'd love to hear them. If you see benefit in this, please share it with someone else who could benefit from it. I appreciate it so much. Love you with all my heart, and I will see you next time. Or if this is for you, I'll see you inside the members area. Happy birthday to me, and I will see you soon.